and you go all the way back down to Tiny Mario. In the American one, you just go back to Super Mario. And
the Japanese original Super Mario are like infamous. Excuse me, for being ridiculously hard, right? Especially the second one. It's because they had to remake Doki Doki Panic for that or whatever. Because 2 was so stupidly hard.
No, those were from number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was apparently really hard too.
That's weird. Or the opposite, right? Like I know Ninja Gaiden 3, they made it crazy hard here compared to over there.
Oh, that was never pattern like that. I remember reading in one of their Contra games, Contra Hardcore. Apparently in the Japanese version there's a health bar. In the American version, there's no health bar. One hit kills you.
That was a tough game.
That was hard, yeah.
Those are some of the hardest games I've ever played.
That was fun though. Contra Hardcore for Genesis.
Which
was a great game.
Hard here, and our like
You have Genesis?
easy mode was our hard mode or something like that.
I didn't have to.
But back to Castlevania.
Yes, Castlevania. We like to work. We're off. Okay, we have about 13 minutes left in the panel. I was wondering, like, if you guys wanted to say anything, I would really love to hear from the audience to know, like, your favorite enemies, your favorite games, your favorite songs. Okay, that's something I'd really love to hear from everybody at panels. Is their own thoughts? Because we just sit here talking on and on and on.
Greg, I can tell you my worst enemy, Medusa Head.
Medusa Head.
Castlevania absolutely hates Medusa Heads because it's always on the levels where you are going to get knocked off and you're going to fall. And if you were an NES player, that meant you were going to die.
Yeah.
At least now you're just going to fall in the spikes and you're going to lose half your health.
If they don't turn you into stone, it's like
I always have to start all over with that stage 5 times.
Do you guys remember the Iron Giants from Aria of Sorrow? I think it was Iron Giants. Where it had like 999 HP and no MP. I literally sat there for an hour hitting it because it only does 1 damage no matter what you use. And then I was like, oh, there's this item that switches its MP for its health. Dumbest moment of my gaming life ever.
Well, it just shows the spicy curry kept throwing it at it because it does damage faster than you can.
The spicy curry?
In the second one.
Oh, okay.
You put it at the feet, it does damage faster than you can, so it does the most damage on that enemy.
Don't you love the joke weapons? Like, do you remember the pie from Portugal? Or the paper airplanes? It's like, what?
And it turns out the joke weapon is the best weapon to use to get the power.
Yeah, seriously, right? Hey, anybody else want to share their favorites or most hated?
Well, trying to bring up another topic, what do you guys think about comedy in Castlevania? Is there room for that?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen Lords of Shadow, you really didn't see that, and if that's the direction they're going, do you think, do you oppose it on someone?
Well, actually, there was a lot of stuff that they hid in the reports in Lord of Shadow.
Yeah, there's some things. There were a couple of things.
It was badly done,
bad,
but there was humor.
It's something you didn't actually have to see or anything like that either, right?
There was a Portal joke, right? There was a cake is alive joke on one of the
Yeah. It's like saying, I want to survive, so that way I can declare that cake is not alive.
I always think that there is room for a bit of humor. People who play Portrait of Ruin obviously know that it's very fitting in the places where it does humor, like when the priest turns into he's like turning into a vampire or something. He's really sick, and all of Charlotte's facial reactions to things, and it's like little jokes. Like, and as I mentioned earlier, the Persephone's vacuuming up Charlotte's skirt.
I feel like the humor is a really Japanese thing, a product of anime, an anime style humor, and now that a lot of American developers are taking over these franchises, we're losing that, right?
Yeah, like I kind of feel like Japanese game developers know how to really have fun with the game, and sometimes when they bring it over to the American developers, they're like, oh, we kind of got to make this more, serious or whatever. This is a serious game.
We need it to be browner. We need giant shoulders, and somehow we need to have a Space Marine Belmont.
And don't forget about explosions.
Pardon?
Don't forget about explosions.
Explosions, yes. Always have to have explosions, and girls with big boobs. Yeah.
Michael Bay edition.
Hey, joke around. It's bad enough that we keep getting rumors about a Castlevania movie.
Oh, and by Paul Anderson, so it'll be just like Resident Evil.
You know what? Honestly, Castlevania movie by Paul Anderson, I like the Resident Evil movies. Yeah. Don't shoot me for that. I really do enjoy Resident Evil movies.
You're not the only one. Some of them were good.
They're good as camp horror, not as Resident Evil.
Yes, they're not as good. The down. I'm hoping for a better one this time, right? Apparently,
He stopped directing after the first one.
Oh, okay. Paul Anderson only did the first one then?
He wrote, but did not direct after the first.
I think he directed the new one though.
Yeah.
I have a question now, because I'm thinking of getting it myself. Has anyone actually gotten the Castlevania manga?
Yeah, I read it. It was alright.
Check me up.
You really have to play Curse of Darkness
Yeah.
if you want to get the full appeal. Otherwise, it's just a typical vampire story, right?
Yeah.
But it leads into Curse of Darkness.
Doesn't it have a cliffhanger though?
Sorry?
Doesn't it have a cliffhanger though? I mean, I have volume 1 and 2.
There's only 2 volumes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they didn't really.
Richter is really polite and raises his hand all the time, so.
Put me on stage, why don't you? On how the Japanese and North American versions are different, what do you think of the absolute 180 when it comes to Rondo Blood and Dracula X for the old Super Nintendo?
Well, it was a very bizarre remake localization. It was nice that we got something since they could not bring over Dracula X, since we didn't have any hardware that could support it at the time, other than if they wanted to put it on Sega's CD, but I don't know if Sega's graphics engine could have handled it.
Sega could only have 64 colors.
Yeah, so they had to bring something over since...
It's one of the few I can't beat Dracula at the end. He smokes me every time. Those stupid fillers.
It's obviously a rushed game, but at least there was something so that there was a second SNES game.
I also think that I am obligated to say, die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
I played a lot of video games when CD stuff started coming out. I'm so used to bad voice acting.
The voice acting in the remake was pretty good. I was glad to see that.
They tried it.
Oh, yeah.
I want
So bad it's good.
It's good.
No, I want a Bruce Lee dub.
Oh.
I want a 1970 Bruce Lee dub.
I just want to mention that I'm really hoping that they've been keeping something under the wraps for next year, since we are about to hit the 25th anniversary of Castlevania.
This is a good time to say, if anyone cares, if people are from Toronto here, Konami is doing a pre-3 event in Toronto.
Really?
Keep an eye on their E3 blog. Where? So keep an eye on their E3 blog, and you might be able to get in.
Great. We only have about 5 minutes left. So is there anything that anyone would like to say before we close off the panel? No? Okay.
Am I the only one sad that we haven't seen a directional whip since Super Castlevania?
Yeah, I know.
A lot of the games you have to either unlock a special item to do it,
Right.
or...
What do you mean by directional whip?
Well,
As in
in
you
Super
can
Castlevania,
whip
you
in
could
directions based on how you
swing
hold
up
the
chains,
controller.
stuff like that.
That was fun.
I think I'm trying to remember which Castlevania it is where you whip and then it goes limp and then you
A
start
lot of the
tapping.
games.
There's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah, that's
almost every single,
Yeah, they're all like that.
Every 2D one that I've ever played does that.
Since 4, I think.
It's-
Since 4 did that.
It was really interesting. I think one of the main reasons we don't see it is the up plus attack is so iconic as part of the controls for the series, which they had to go away from with Super Castlevania. And I don't know why they put the number 4 on there anyways. You have the Super, it's just a remake of the first game. Do we really need 4 tactile?
Guy in the yellow jacket, did you want to say something?
Oh, it's a little dated, but I also had a good laugh at I want to be the guy where you run into Dracula.
Yes.
And as he's doing the speech, and at the end of his speech, he hits the wine glass off.
Yeah.
And if you don't dodge it, it kills you.
That wine glass, man. That should be the joke weapon, a wine glass in some game. That would be funny. We've got pies and everything. Why not wine glasses?
Yeah,
And a lot of people, I think, would appreciate a joke like that. Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. I really want to say thank you guys for coming out. This is a great turnout. Better than last year, definitely. I hope that we provided a really good panel and stuff for you. Okay, thank you.
If anybody wants to look at the 20th anniversary stuff